Real quickly, the B budget goes down, I believe, by about $3,000. And I wanted to bring this year's budget and show a couple of quick numbers, but we have the item under computer program, which is a big ticket item, and we also have a big ticket item under stormwater management, which is required under federal regulations that we participate in. Those bills will be coming, one in August and one about the 1st of September. And I've done a quick analysis of what the last quarter looks like with those two big ticket items out. And I'm happy to say that we'll be right on our budget. There will be somewhat of a little bit of a surplus, but that's breathing room in the $3,000 to $5,000 range, cross my fingers. I'm always happy with where we end up with our budget. I don't work to intentionally have numbers high as a security. Try to do the best that I can to find what those actual numbers are going to be and make sure they're in my budget. Real quickly, and more so directed to Jason, because Jason has worked through a couple of items the last two budget cycles with us relative to education and travel. Travel expenses have gone up. I have new staff. I have a lot of new people, and there's some things that are going to have to occur next spring in training, as well as we have never participated since I started in the last 6 years, had the planning side go to any training. No nationals, no state, no local, etc. So I've been able to rob Peter to pay Paul from what expenses have been in the previous budget. The budget stays the same, but you'll see my two numbers that are high are travel and education because of the number of things that we're trying to get accomplished for training next year, knowing that travel costs have increased as well as some of those education costs because of the economy, what they've done. So just an FYI, I've got education is a fairly high number, and travel is a pretty high number as well.
One item not mentioned was the request for the code enforcement position to be full-time instead of 10, which I think is probably a surprise. We've talked about that, but I just wanted to point it out.
I think we had talked about that before.
Yes, we've talked about it.
And I will share with you that even though Road and Bridge isn't here to champion that cause, the code enforcement position has been very valuable, not only to us, but especially to Road and Bridge because of some of the ongoing issues that they face. And our current code enforcement officer has really taken the bull by the horns and interpreted how the position should function, and does an absolutely fabulous job.
Okay. My only question too is, instead of having a quote full-time surveyor and engineer, you have got a budget for a contractor. Is that working pretty good for you?
Works really, really well, Commissioner. Okay. Extremely well.
Because I know that's a move over the last few years. And as long as it's, I think it's great. Sometimes
so that you know, we have one that's under contract, a second that is interested. Should that particular engineer have work that is in conflict, he can't be reviewing his own work, we have that second backup. Okay. And
that's a lot cheaper than paying A and B budget on that. So
it has worked really well. And, okay. and most of the engineering services that the county requires are all at the landfill anyway. And I believe those are all taken care of under Dylan's budget. So, yeah.
So, okay.
Anyway, any other questions or comments for me?
Works for me.
Slick.
Thank you.
That's it for me.
I did, just because you're here, I had a good conversation with the mayor of McCammon about their area of impact. Have they got back with you?
Not yet.
Okay, I'd be glad to show you what we had kind of suggested for them. So,
great.
Anyway,
Perfect.
if you get a chance, get a hold of me or whatever, and I'll try to catch you.
Real quickly, in response to that, every Monday morning we do team meeting. One of the items that was reviewed was Tristan one of her tasks this week. She
I'll
let
try
me know was to
I'll
get
try to
those.
get with you sometime this week and just kind of tentatively say, this is all gone, but here's what they could recommend, just to.
Be available anytime tomorrow.
Okay, we'll work it out.
Are you available anytime tomorrow? No?
Well, I don't know.
See how fast
Probably
we get
noon,
Right next to planning.
probably noon o'clock or in the middle of the day, because we have meetings all day tomorrow.
We're
as
done
well.
about
The reason
2:30
being is
tomorrow.
that our goal this
Or-
week was to get ACI
Or,
response out.
say at 2:30, 3
Yeah, you could do
o'clock.
that.
3 o'clock.
Yeah,
We're
3
done.
o'clock.
3 o'clock. If
Okay.
you want to,
Okay.
do you want to come by about 3?
Yeah, I can do
Or
that.
whoever, and I can just show you on what the printout or whatever it is, you just need to maybe make a couple little changes, and they pretty well,
Perfect.
I laid it out pretty straightforward. This is what the statute is, not a wish list here. So, anyway.
Perfect. I can
Okay,
do that.
that'll work.
Thank you.
What page is Tori?
Okay, could we take 5 minutes?
8?
Is it okay with that? Can you put us in recess for 5 minutes?